Hello and welcome to Second Edition. I'm Ty Roswell.
And I'm Liam Connell. Coming up on our show, we look at the city's pothole response, we see what's brewing at Sea Change, and we check out the top 3 donair restaurants in Edmonton.
But first, we're going to take a look at how COVID has affected truckers. The trucking industry has been suffering since the beginning of COVID due to a shortage of drivers. Since 2020, truckers have slowly been heading back to their home provinces due to vaccine mandates, isolation requirements, and a general low amount of work. COVID has affected the product output coming out of China as well.
We're experiencing a lot of issues with freight moving across out of docks. A lot of it started off with COVID. We've had a lot of problems with truckers not being available, truckers not being able to go across border. Disrupting supply lines in China where the goods aren't coming out of the factories as fast.
Shipping prices are expected to rise even more if truckers don't return to Alberta.
Now that all the ice and snow is melting, it's revealing potholes and loose rocks on the roads.
Snow and ice control is a major part of a thriving winter city, and feedback from our residents is very important to us.
As the city keeps removing snow off the streets, they've started filling up potholes and sweeping rocks and off both the roads and sidewalks.
Our snow and ice program is still currently fully staffed and fully functional through this part of the spring.
The city has cleared nearly 9,000 locations, and they've filled 30,000 potholes in total this year, and nearly 8,000 in the last week. They plan on maintaining this progress until they get no more reports.
Sea Change Brewery is partnering with Shumka for their live tours. The famous Shumka Blonde Ale is making a return in a big way, with hundreds purchasing a pack in support of Ukrainian artists. For every pack sold, Shumka will receive $2 and donate 50% to the artists struggling in Ukraine. The Blonde Ale will be available in all Sea Change tap houses as well as select retail stores.
So we have a tour coming up in March. We're going to 3 different cities in Saskatchewan, and then we're coming back and having another show in September in Edmonton again, and then we're going to Ontario in 3 more cities. So we do have 2 different tour dates for this upcoming season.
Shumka is set to kick off Shumka on tour in Edmonton on April 7th and 8th.
A new place located in Old Strathcona is becoming Edmonton's most unique photographic haven, and they didn't become successful overnight. Sid Selfie World is a locally owned 2,000 square foot facility dedicated to taking pictures and selfies. The owner's daughter pitched them the business idea, and they named it after her. The unique location adds to the already rich culture of Old Strathcona, but the owners are constantly working hard and finding ways to stay ahead.
So like every day it's like, am I posting enough? Like, what else can we do to recruit more people? Like that's the make or break here, getting the word out.
The space has 22 different photo sets with professional lighting. They encourage field trips. In the future, they will plan to update their photo booths. Drop-ins are allowed, but you can also book tickets at their website, sidselfieworld.com/book. Looking ahead to sports, we take a look at highlights from Sunday night's Oil Kings game.
As well as the 2022 U Sports Men's Basketball National Championship. Arlena Stevens has those details.
Thanks, guys. The Battle of Alberta continues as the matchup between 2 of the top teams in the Western Hockey League face off. The Edmonton Oil Kings and Red Deer Rebels grow their rivalry even more, facing off for the 2nd time in a row here at Rogers Place. First period. Anderson has it in the corner, sends it back to the blue line. Gufferson shoots, Brigley redirects, and scores. Rebels open up the scoring only 3 minutes in. Dawson Seitz drives to the net, saved by Connor Ungar. Linesman down, and this game is already getting scrappy. Jackson Weeb drives it up the right side, passes to Lipin. Lipin tumbles over Unger. Setoff shoots, He can't secure the rebound, and the Rebels score. The former Oil King Liam Keeler puts it away and makes it 2-0 Rebels. Puck loose. Prokop passes to Demick. Demick scores! It's now a 1-goal game with Demick's 20th of the season. It's 2-1 Rebels going into the second. Gunther hands it to Sordiv. One-timer, scores! Sordiv ties it up, and now it's 2-2. Puck's tipped in the right-hand corner. Cole Miller with the sharp angle shot and scores! And the Oil Kings have their first lead this game. Bain sends it over to King. He shoots and scores! Ben King secures his 48th goal of the season. It's a tied game going into the third period. Horseman behind the net sends it up front. Weep fires and scores! And look at that celly. The former Red Deer Rebel Jackson Weave gives the Oil Kings a late lead. Arshdeep Baines off the faceoff, wrist shot, and scores with less than 10 seconds in the period. Oil Kings forced into overtime. Larson on the breakaway and scores. Jet Larson with the game-winning goal. The Red Deer Rebels win 5-4 against the Edmonton Oil Kings in final overtime.
Playing them 3 times in a row at the end of the year, it's definitely going to get a little chippier. And as you can see tonight, it's kind of some barn burner games where it comes down to overtime or the last few seconds of a game. So it's definitely adding to the rivalry between us.
You know, we're sticking to our game plan right now. We've been battling quite a few injuries and illnesses lately, and you know, a lot of other teams are healthy, and I like the fight that we have with this team, and obviously we're going to be getting our captain back this weekend, which is huge. I like our chances of beating them this weekend, and I think we're going to do it. We're going to accomplish our goal there.
The Edmonton Oil Kings are currently second in the WHL's Eastern Conference, with the Red Deer Rebels tailing right behind them at third. They will play each other again for the third time in a row this upcoming Saturday at 2 p.m. at Rogers Place. The 2022 U Sports Men's Basketball National Championship has officially come to an end, with one team taking home gold. This past weekend, the University of Alberta hosted a 3-day tournament where the top 8 men's basketball teams from across the country competed. The event saw a total of 11 games played over the course of 3 days at the Sawville Community Sports Center, where teams competed for the W.P. McGee Trophy. This year's event marks the first time the tournament has been held here in Edmonton and the first time in Alberta since 1980.
Really cool for this event to be here. I know a lot of people are really excited, the alumni, the fans, the university. This is a really cool event, and a lot of people are coming to Sawville to watch the best basketball in Canada.
Bears earned their 9th U Sports medal, taking home bronze. The most dominant dynasty in U Sports basketball history, the Carleton Ravens, won their 16th W.P. McGee Trophy and their 3rd straight national championship victory in a row. The 2022-2023 season will start up again next fall. And what a crazy game that Oil Kings game was. Yeah. I'm really excited to see how they do in playoffs.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the face-off. Thanks, Lena.
Thank you.
The annual Winter Festival has once again returned to our city after a 2-year absence due to the pandemic.
Our own Gavin Turnick sat down with Brent Oliver, the Winterruption YEG Festival organizer, to give us more on the story.
Thanks, guys. Today I sat down with Brent Oliver, who's a festival organizer for the Winterruption YEG Festival. Thanks so much, Brent, for sitting down with us here today. What is the Winterruption YEG Festival?
Basically what it is it tries to bring music and arts into a winter environment. It's a little different this year because we were supposed to be in January, but Omicron had other plans. And so it's a multi-venue festival in downtown Edmonton. We have 7 different stages. We have a completely outdoor stage at the backyard, and the rest of the venues are Starlight Room and Temple, Soho, Rocky Mountain Ice House, Cask and Barrel, downtown Edmonton Community. So yeah, it's just basically you can get a wristband and jump from place to place, or if you want to go see an individual show, you can buy tickets to an individual show.
Are there any specific acts that Edmontonians should circle on their calendar or that you're looking forward to?
There's lots of things. I mean, the biggest thing is that, I try and have it very eclectic. And the biggest thing is that if you go to our website and just start digging into it, you end up finding, clips of bands or connections to bands that you may not have heard of. That's my favorite thing about going to music festivals, is discovering new acts.
How has the city of Edmonton been in this whole process of setting up the festival?
We have a city council right now that's super supportive of embracing winter. Again, it feels kind of weird to say because I believe it's plus 11 today. But if this was January, we actually looked at the temperatures at the time. We would have been about minus 15 for the outdoor shows if this was happening when it was supposed to happen. So they've been super supportive, and I got to also give it up to federal supporters from the Canadian Heritage and Factor. We were able to get a grant, and also from Travel Alberta. So all three levels of government have been really supportive in a kind of COVID bounce back, so that we can not only safely prepare our programming, but also for our audience and for the artists and everything like that.
If someone is wanting to attend any of the days of the Winter Eruption YEG Festival, how would they get tickets?
Go to our website, wintereruptionyeg.com, and there's links to tickets there. We have individual tickets to every event, and then if you want to buy a wristband, it's $45. If you don't feel comfortable going into a venue, that's fine too. We have outdoor events, and then we also have another free event at the Cask and Barrel on Saturday afternoon. So about a quarter of the events are free, the rest of them $45 for a wristband, and sale somewhere between $10 and $25 per show.
Awesome. And again, thank you so much, Brent, for joining us here today. We really do appreciate it. I'm Gavin Turnick with Second Edition News.
That sounds amazing. Coming up after the break, we're getting some tips from our own Caitlin Labonte on the dorm room item essentials.
And later we'll be given a tour of the 3 greatest donair restaurants in Edmonton.
Welcome back to Second Edition. Coming up, we're going to tell you where to get the best donair in the city. But first, Ty, do you live in a dorm?
I can't say I do, but our very own Caitlin Labonte has the word on the essential items for your dorm room.
Hey everyone, I'm Caitlin Labonte, and today we're going to look at the top 5 dorm room essentials, according to me. So at number 5, we have a hedgehog tape dispenser. Everyone needs tape at one point or another, and the amount of serotonin I get every time I look at it makes it a definite top 5. You can get this little guy on Amazon for $17.99, and he is worth every dollar. Next up at number 4, we've got a coffee warmer. Whether you're pulling an all-nighter and need to keep your coffee hot, or having a relaxing night in with a good book and a cup of tea, this thing has got you covered. It's available on Amazon for $19.99. At number 3, we have a desktop fountain. It's a great decoration for your room, and the sound of the water running makes for great white noise that can help you stay focused when doing assignments. Coming in at number 2 is noise-canceling headphones. Now this one is more aimed at roommates because even though you love them, sometimes they can be loud. And at number 1, we've got a Galaxy projector from Amazon. With multiple color combinations and doubling as a Bluetooth speaker, it is the perfect device to set your free time vibe. Whether it's a dance party, or laying in bed contemplating life. From Second Edition, I'm Caitlin Labonte.
Hello everyone, everyone, I'm Rodvie Barnachea with 2nd Edition, and I'm feeling a little bit hungry today. Today we're going to go on a juicy journey to find the best donairs in Edmonton. Let's down some donairs. Wow, so look at this first bite right here. First thing that I notice is that pita. Pita's cooked perfectly, and the meat, it kind of just dissolves in my mouth right there, I think. Look at that sauce right there. So our criteria: appearance, freshness and temperature, taste and price, and how we're gonna rate that is based off 5 oh so sweet sauces. Right now, this appearance, I think you have to say that's 5 oh so sweet sauces. The price at $8.50, I'm gonna give that as well 5 oh so sweet sauces. And overall, I have to give Marco's Famous a 5 out of 5 oh so sweet sauces. But with that, let's go to the next one. Next on the list, Simply Donairs. So with this one, guys, I'm gonna give it 4.5 oh so sweet sauces. In terms of presentation, it's not quite perfect, but it's almost there. Pretty good. The pita is a bit tough, I'm not gonna lie, the pita is a bit tough. I'll give it another 4.5 oh so sweet sauces in terms of taste. Gotta get on site right there. Overall, a 4.5 oh so sweet sauces. And as you can see, it's gone, so you know that it's good. And with that, let's go to the final donair place, if I can make it. The final location, Primetime Donair and Poutine. The final, first bite. For the beef, it's cooked pretty well, but I would say I'd only give it a 4 oh so sweet sauces compared to the other ones. But overall, I'd say it's around like a 3.5, especially for the price point that it's at for $11.50. I don't feel so good, to be honest. And with that, viewers, I hope you enjoyed this juicy journey as much as I did. Honestly, I think this walking is pretty good for me, but I think I have to go sit down. This is Rodvie Barnachea with 2nd Edition. We'll see you again soon. Maybe I should use salads next time.
And that was our show. Thank you for watching.
Join us next week when our friends on Team A have their final show.
Have a great day.